no me acuerdo cómo era. Okay, we are already live broadcasting, so I can share my window. I'm going to search this one to be showing and to share air. So let's go over here and remember something that I did a little time ago. Once upon a time, not so long ago. Y quiero que sea maximizar. Y pam, pam, pam. SQL designing. I used to I I designed a long time ago some control that it has the input on the upper side of the screen. You are selecting the columns or the fields that you are going to be involved in whatever you want to know. Let's say I don't know. This is not stopping. So you want to represent all the pressure values, all the fields that doesn't have a particular option or a fluid type. So we are going to include all the columns necessary in the SQL command first to get all the information that we need to include, but not necessarily. In the first step, we are not dealing with information yet. This selection used to create in that software the corresponding SQL command that gets all this information. Now it gets information. I take the advantage of the grid control that already has built-in filter with sliders, or you could apply logical function or logical or mathematical functions and order and whatever the predicate of an SQL sentence is the predicate one. What you have to be an engineer or whatever you want to, on the particular notion that you have, that if you need to know some combination of the information that gets you the real data that you need. Let's say, for example, if you want most, let's take a look at you're necessarily, you don't have to know necessarily what are the fields involved in the process that gets the data you need. That's going to be handled by the large language models. Between every step and between every control, from this upper control and going to the one below, there's going to be a large language model involved. So now that we get all the information and all the filters are defined, that this could be first this could be said or elicit with a natural language. Let's say I want to instead of all those clicks, instead of all scrolling and whatever you want, you could just say, give me all the words from field el orejano, ¿sí? El orejano that has give me all the fields from el orejano, and the pressure, relative volume, and Z parameter, the relation. And you could even add another, create your own definition for a specific term that you're going yourself. So let's say I want to create a column called the Norby variable that is all the values that it has pressure. I think a good example it would be just create another type of unit that you want. Using the large language model, it's really easy. You could really say if you don't have, you could say in this step, in the intermediate step, you could tell the way that it's going to be shown for the control downside. Here, let's take a look over the other place. So I take this one and it's open up, and we're going to take a look. Oh, this is okay. Well, did I also developed uh, a large language model that gets the natural language command from the user, and let's say, what did I choose here? Top 5 words that have the longest lateral length. The user gets to the computer the natural language command, and then it's the lateral language that gets, what I'm showing here, but it's not necessary, gets the fields needed for satisfying the necessity of that command prompt, that natural language command prompt, and also like the other case, it also gets the corresponding SQL command that gets the data. Also, until this point, it has not been dealing with the data itself. It's just with the way it should access the data, but it's not. It didn't go to search for anything yet. But let's keep on. You could have intentionality that is the real need with both fields. It could be possible that you have coined a term, let's say, play completion, and you need to be. You consider completion is not only the lateral length, the fracture, but another, but injection, and it didn't was included by the natural language when you make a question and you see that it would be down below like the other control. I have it no more. Oh, qué pena, ¿no? Oh, mira cómo vean, pero qué mala suerte. Y lo tengo que cerrar, no puedo abrir otro. A ver. It should be possible. This is so sad. Open with. I hope that it would work. It's the same now. It's the same. It's the same. I am so sad. So sad and lonely, man. Okay. I was referring to this particular. It's so sad, man. This selection, all these values, is going to be. I remember the completion example I was talking about. So, whenever if there's an incompatibility between your definition and the interpret large language model definition, you can just do it with a click and include whatever you want or exclude whatever you want if that doesn't match your necessity or your interpretation or whatever. Now, the old software it did this of opening a pivot chart control And also you have to, it was explained over there, but this all, if you control it, uh, if you control the steps between with another language model, you could say that it could be already represented. You say, now I'm going to have the pressure and the relative volume, or Z. Or that selection could be, and that configuration of the places of that cells that are dragging and that are being dragged and dropped, it also could be pre-structured by the large language models, and not also not that not also that not also not only that. I want to show you there was a little thing that I wanted to show. Why I live that collaborative that I know. Este no es. This is not the one. This was not the one. Yes, this is the one. And we're going to see. Okay. I don't have it now. I'm using prompts. You can get things to it immediately. So now I used to do this in collaborative or using ChatGPT. If you are uploading something and you are not, you don't have to take everything possible, but or every possibility considered. You have to just tell on the fly, including define the you could define the base default format of your chart and tell it. ¿Acaso? Now, yes. IP widget checkbox add a checkbox for every data, for every axis changing between linear and log. Use dash tab lines. Use different markers. Plug and all these things that you could change on the fly. Let's say that everything from this value is using gallery of colors. Gallery, I didn't want to use the word gallery. Gallery, gamma, no? So family of colors. Or using all the grid, the rectangle reticulated. Yes, it's working. Or to put in a combo box to handle the first showing. These are all things that it could be done on the fly with the other. Where did I leave the other control? Where did I leave the other? Ah, yes. So you could have to add another axis for every single field added to the data zone, or add a new axis, whatever. I used to have to, or be leave accessible all these options of all this, but it was so fully completed with all the options that it was impossible. Sometimes I always with Excel, and when I'm unsure where I have to go to change whatever, I don't have to search no more. You have to you have to say in natural language, change me all the colors, use another axis, and just repeat the last part of what you were doing with your LLM. And finally, bueno, this is another. And something important, I want to be able to have always the control for this control has an input that it was the the possible the this data the schema of the data set we are going to use. I think that it could be possible to get data from different sources, but let's go not so deep right now. So and you go to okay. The third step, well, I don't know if it's the third step, but you could change that at any time. I show el otro. Estos acá, los otros, y cuando yo vengo acá, esto sí, esto ya lo mostré. Acá, esto me lo trae. And I wanted to. Okay. I remember that I also lived over there, but so I want you out of there. I want to see the. Okay. Y esto era pressure you have. Ya abajo. There was an automatization that you have an pop-up menu that you could not automatically take over because it's another control with data source. And it had to be seamless, the transition from a spreadsheet and grid control or grid inside the pivot. Whatever it takes, it has to be at least transferable, in this simple way with a copy paste or something like this to spreadsheet control and are almost interchangeable, but there's no need to have one excluded for another, and it could be another option for the user. That let's say that you have to, because of Excel has it's a great software, so you could have, I don't have to explain Excel, but all the things that come with a spreadsheet, you see that you could have. I don't know where to show it. It takes every curve. I don't want to say curve. Well, every function or every data series that we were represented before applies inside several options. It generates the regression curves separately, or it applies the same regression but with all the curves. I don't know, can't remember what the thing. I remember that I let the users and the grade of the poem. Okay. Polynomials. If you're already broadcasting. You're already broadcasting.